Over the course of these past 4 or 5 years, I've really been curious about living off-grid. This is footage that my friend recorded as he was out on his own. He's been living off-grid, boondocking for about 8 years. This grid that we depend on is not just the electrical grid, but it's the grid of mortgages and rent and bills. We're building a lot of houses that many of us can't afford, and there's really nowhere else to go. For those people without a lot of money, they don't really have a chance. If you buy land, you can't really build what you want to build when you want to build it. So this is my friend Will. 8 years ago, he decided to go out on his own and detach from the grid. Will makes a trickle of money through various online sources, and he lives frugally. He has 8 years experience doing this, so I thought his insight and experience would be valuable. So I decided to go and visit him with another friend and see how he's doing it.
Morning. Yep, time for scrambled eggs here and sauteed vegetables.
Is this a paleo thing?
Oh yeah, it'll definitely be paleo. Yep.
That's all you got? Just paleo
Yeah, that's
stuff?
pretty much all I have is paleo.
This is going to be a documentary, if you will.
You're not going to post this on YouTube, are you?
Eventually.
More and more people are doing it though these days. Just because it's possible with the internet, you can run a business just with your computer and an internet connection. So really you could live anywhere you want. Travel as often as you want.
It's almost kind of like when America was first discovered, they were like searching for new places to go, new land and stuff.
Yeah.
It's kind of that same feeling, just that I want to go find a place of my own and live off of it.
Yeah. Searching for your own little patch of paradise.
Yep. So, how do you get an income?
How?
Yeah.
Well, I've got a website on RV boondocking that I started about 7 years ago, and I write articles for that and do videos. Write articles about RVs and RV campsites and RV products, and just kind of anything related to off the grid, living boondocking, which is RVing without hookups. And so anything related to that, and I use Google as my primary income source. So I have Google ads throughout the website, and each time somebody clicks on those, I earn a few cents. So. And then Amazon too, I have links for Amazon, and if people click on that, then they go to Amazon and buy something, and I make a percentage of the sale price there too.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
So when
I'm not rich, but it is a pretty steady income once I had the website set up, and now it's been going, and the income every month has been pretty steady.
So once you finish your paleo book, are you gonna self-publish on Amazon or something, or what are you gonna do?
Yeah, that's what I plan to do first, self-publish on Amazon, and do a print-on-demand book so that I could have a print copy and then sell an ebook as well. And the print-on-demand, when someone orders the book, it would be printed right then and there and then shipped to them. That way I don't have to spend thousands of dollars just to have a huge stack of copies ready to go, and then I have to worry about trying to sell those. So this is less risky, and it takes less money to get started.
Get in there, Will. Let's bug out of here. The Paleo book that we're talking about is a cookbook for paleo recipes. These are actual photographs that he takes of his finished product. He's able to do this as he's living in his camper. He uses his laptop computer and his camper stove to make these recipes. He's really interested in making good recipes because restaurants only throw in some paleo dishes together for their customers just to fill a need. The restaurants aren't very passionate about it. Will wants to make these recipes that actually taste really good. So he explained that he'll take this cookbook and sell it on Amazon, and people have the option of doing a print on demand if they want an actual physical book to order. Since he is boondocking pretty much out in the middle of nowhere all the time, he has to make everything self-sufficient and make everything run efficiently as possible.
So, Will, what's this thing called? This that you got for to modify your freezer?
External temperature control, or external thermometer.
Just a thermometer like feeds down into there.
Yeah, that's the probe for the thermometer. Goes inside the freezer.
Down there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then you just set this knob to whatever temperature you want the freezer to be in. You could set it to about 36, which I have it set for now, and that turns the freezer into a refrigerator.
So where do
Very
you get
efficient.
Where do you get that thing?
I ordered this off Amazon. This was about $60. But this one, I like this because it's all analog. It's not digital, so it doesn't use any power itself.
Right. Yeah.
They have others that are digital, but they suck some of your battery juice.
Yeah.
So this is the most efficient.
So, Will, I forgot to ask about your solar panel system. How many batteries do you have in that?
I just have 2 batteries, so each 100 amp hours each, so 200 amp hours total. And then 2 solar panels, each 100 watts, so 200 watts of solar power on top of it.
Oh, okay, good to know. And so that usually charges up by the end of the day, and you have power for your computer and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've got plenty of power, even if it's just partly sunny. I still get a full charge. So I used to just have the one 100 watt panel. Then I added another one about a year ago. So yeah, I have really plenty of power as long as there's a little bit of sun. If it's completely overcast, then I'll have to really watch my power more and not use the computer so much. Yeah, it just took some work to get things ready for boondocking. Most RVs are really set up for hookups, and to go boondocking you have to do a little work. Usually some you can buy with solar panels and maybe catalytic heaters and swamp coolers, but it's pretty rare to find something like that that's all set up and ready for off-grid living and camping without hookups. But once I had everything set up, it's been really low maintenance, and been able to use it now for 8 years of boondocking. And to buy it like a package, like with all that stuff, would be pretty expensive. So it really is cheaper to put it together yourself.
So tell me about your how much water you have, and how much do you use, and how long does it last?
I've got a 40-gallon tank on the camper, and then I've got another tank on the truck, a 45-gallon tank there. So yeah, combined, I could go camping really for 2 months, without having to get more water. But I usually use the tank on the truck just to bring more water to camp when I need it. So, because just keep the one on the camper full, and that lasts me for a month. And in between, I'm usually in town, 2 to 3 times a month anyway, so I can get more water then if I need to. I use filtered or purified water for cooking and drinking, so that water is just used for showering, washing dishes, washing hands. So, and then for dishes, I just kind of let them stack up because I use just as much water to wash a few dishes as I do a big load. So, kind of run out of space in a small camper to store them. But if you want to save water, I think that's the way to do it. For heating, you can use a catalytic heater, which doesn't use any electricity, and they're very efficient. They don't use a whole lot of propane as well. And then for cooling, you can use a swamp cooler, which is very efficient as well. It doesn't use much power. So that works really well in dry climates, like here in Arizona. Maybe not so well in humid areas like Florida. That's a great option for cooling your camper. But even better is to do what I'm doing, is just if you want to keep traveling, just head to the desert in the wintertime, and then when things heat up in the summer, head up into the mountains. So I try to just travel with the seasons, and usually wherever I'm at, the weather's nice when I'm there at the time. So I try to stick around year round, have temperatures that are between 60 and 80 degrees for highs, and you can do that here in the Southwest. I think the best campsites are in the wilderness without hookups, and to do that, look for the tips on my website.
All of us that want to be off-grid will eventually find each other and share ideas. So if you're trying to figure out how to go off-grid, this might give you some ideas. All of us have different circumstances, but I think we have one desire in common: to live a simple life and be free.